Now, death and taxes, we're sure of that, but I think you can add to that these days health insurance premium increases because they just keep coming. And, of course, it does affect people that are heading towards, not necessarily in, but heading towards their twilight years of their life. And one organisation that's trying to mobilise views on the amount of increases and the quantity of those increases is the FiftyUp Club. The chairman of the FiftyUp Club is John Mangos, who, of course, many people will know from his role as a television presenter. John, thanks for your time.
Gary, very good morning to you and to everybody in Western Australia. You know, I love Perth. It's one of my favourite places in the world.
Well said, mate. That's a good start. Now, I mean it. Now we've had rounds of health insurance rises recently, and you're saying and quoting that the average increase for many of the people that you're involved with 9.8%. I mean, that is quite staggering, isn't it?
Look, that's the average, Gary. And this is why I put my hand up to stick up for people who are 50 and up. The national average is 6.2%, but we conducted a survey at the FiftyUp Club, and it showed that our average was 9.8% on private health insurance, which is 1.5 times the national average. And what we're now doing is asking people to go to the FiftyUpClub.com, sign in, and it doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation. We're not trying to sell anything, but we do have a petition. And what we want to do is get as many names on that petition as we can so that we can go to the federal government, to the health minister, whichever party, it doesn't matter, and say you should release age-specific data when you announce health insurance premiums rises each year. Simple as that.
Yep, because we're in the dark on a lot of where the costs are going. Well,
now, they just put out an umbrella figure that says 6.2, but the reality is, and I won't mention it by name, but of the top 15 insurers, the top one increased theirs by 13.7%, the bottom one 5.8%. Now, by issuing such a petition and getting the government to be more transparent about who's putting their premiums up by what for over 50s, we want to give people a chance to say, well, you know what, I don't like that 13% increase. I think I'll go to this company that only jacked it up 6.7%.
Yeah. The difficulty is the breaking out of the contracts, of course, that you're in with the various private health insurance providers, and also they tend to, and I don't mean this in the way that they advertise or anything, but of course they're exploiting a generation of people who are starting to think about more about their health into the future and perhaps their current health as well, aren't they? They are cashing in on that.
No question about it, Gary, and I'm in the category. I'm 57 years old. I'm a healthy 57 years old, and I've got 2 young sons, so I've got family insurance. Now, I won't name the fund, but the fund that I'm in, which is one of the top 4 funds, jacked it up 9.4%. Now, I just got. It tends to happen on the 1st of April when they review and
April Fool's Day, mate.
Yes, indeed. So, so like it or lump it, I'm for the next 12 months going to pay a whopping 9.4, almost 10% more for my health insurance than I paid last year. Is that fair? Well, it's fair for them to jack it up, but I should have the choice, if I don't like it, to go to another fund that might charge me less. And that's why we want this petition. The more numbers we get, the more people who go to 50up.com, all they have to do is give us their email. We're not selling anything. We're not trying to push anything onto anybody. Just go to the petition, sign it. The more names that we can put on the document that we could drop on the health minister's desk, then the more power we're going to have to make this possible.
Because, like I said, you're sort of in it and you feel locked in it, and you don't complain and you don't grumble about it. That's the way it is, isn't it?
It is, because we all need health insurance. I'm a big believer in health insurance, and obviously as you get older and if you've got a family, you've got to have health insurance. Otherwise, health costs are unaffordable. And when you get into 50s, 60s, 70s, you are looking at knee replacements and hip replacements and things like that. So nobody begrudges the increases because they're government approved. What we're saying is the data should be age specific. Don't fool us all by telling us that the average is 6.2. It's not good enough. We need to know exactly how much they're going up so we can shop around.
All right. Well, thanks for raising the awareness of that with our people today. I appreciate it, John.
Well, Gary, thank you for your time. And it's a very simple one, 50upclub.com.au or just .com, 50up Club. Please urge your listeners just to log in and sign the petition, and with that power, we'll make it better for everybody.
John, appreciate it.
You're a good man. Thank you.
John Mangos, chairman of the 50UP Club, and that's www.50. That's the new, you write it out, not just the numerical, so the word FIFTY, up, club. FiftyUpClub.com if you want to... well, you might be there sitting going, you know what, I do just cop it. I do just cop it sweet when the premium goes up, but maybe I should ask a few more questions about it rather than just feeling like I'm locked in. I'm at an age where I need to have this just in case something goes wrong. Maybe you should be asking questions. I certainly shake my head at some of the premium increases when I don't really know the answer as to why. I just keep being told it's to cover the costs, the ever-increasing costs of providing healthcare.